Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Winston.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning to you, Winston.
Good morning. Good morning. It's
Yes,
very nice day,
it's
and
a
I
very
will
nice
go.
day. Okay, how
Yeah.
about your feeling? Are you having a very nice feeling today?
Oh yes, because
Mm-hmm.
my exam is ended. It was exam have ended. Have been
Hi.
ended the
Yeah, one more
last.
time.
My exam has my exam is ended, and
Uh-huh.
and I don't know my exactly result, but I think I did much better on this task than the last one.
All
So I feel
right.
comfortable now.
Right. Yeah, congratulations.
I don't
You
know, but
did
I don't
better.
know.
But
But
you feel, right?
yes, I
Mm-hmm.
keep remembering my grammar mistake in this exam.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I sh I said there are and singular form,
All right. Yeah.
and
Can you
I should
remember the
say
questions?
yes, I remember the first questions. I
Mm-hmm.
the task one task one the examiner asks me what's your job? Are you study or work?
All
I
right.
guess so. And I uh, do you like your job?
Mm-hmm.
And next subject was weekend. What
Mm-hmm.
what what did you what uh do you like weekend? And
Mm-hmm.
and uh, and have you ever have you ever been have you ever studied or worked in your weekend?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Uh, and and the last subject of part one is t-shirts. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's just only in our class.
Right. Did we practice, right? We practiced the questions
Yeah,
about t-shirts.
yes,
All right.
yes. Do you like
Yeah.
t-shirts or have you ever have you ever buy bought the
But
t-shirts as a souvenir?
mm-hmm. I see.
And
All right.
and
Congratulations. I
part
think you did well. And part two? Yeah, how about the other
part two
parts?
is part two is examiner asked me the unusual meal have you
Mm-hmm.
ever ate? So I I said it's
You have
we
ever eaten, right? I think we also talked about that before. We also
yeah
practiced the
yes I
lamb.
said I that lamb steak.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And
So
in part
I
three,
part three it's very um uh I cannot practice those uh, those I cannot practice those questions.
mm-hmm.
The exam asked me um um uh, uh why why people why people want to dining out
To dine out.
to dine out
All
and
right.
uh I said they want to feel some exotic foods. They want to enjoy some exotic food and delicious food. So so examiner asked me again, what is the exotic food? And
Mm-hmm.
next question is many in your country people tend to eat fat food.
Mm-hmm.
So I answered, uh, I I'm many people want to eat fast food, and I'm a hamburger lover. So examiner asked me again, how make the how uh explain what is the hamburger, It's
Okay.
very it's very difficult.
Was it
So
difficult?
yes.
What did you say?
Hamburger is consisted of two be bread and some
Mm-hmm.
vegetable and tomato and meat,
Uh-huh. All
and
right.
it
Consisted of two big breads,
and some vegetables and tomatoes, meat,
some vegetables, tomato. Okay.
and
Yeah. How about tomatoes?
tomatoes.
Yes. All right. Actually, in Britain, they also say tomato.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
Okay.
commonly we'd say tomatoes. So that is our explanation.
Hmm. Yes.
Meat and tomato. And that's it?
Yeah. It's all.
I see. Okay. How did you feel when you were answering the questions?
Um. It's very nervous,
You were very
and but
nervous.
but I feel I was I I I did well than the past exam
Mm-hmm.
uh, because uh, because there are no time spacing, uh,
Mm-hmm.
room, there are no time I didn't say anything, and
You didn't have long gaps
yeah,
or
long
unnecessary
gaps.
gaps.
Mm. And I consumed 2 minutes in
Very
part
good.
two,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel I feel so comfortable now.
I see. Very good. You feel so comfortable now, and then tomorrow you will go to Guam to
Yes, I'm
celebrate.
excited now. Okay.
All right. Congratulations on that. All right.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's have this. You said, yeah, my exam is ended. You can say that that
Mhm.
is acceptable. Let's have other words to say, other expressions. You
Mhm.
can say has ended as well.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
My exam is over. My exam is done. My exam has ended. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. And about a hamburger. Yeah, you said
Uh-huh.
hamburger is consisted of two big bread,
Uh,
some what is that? Some vegetables, meat, and
Mm,
tomato. All right.
mhm.
So that bread actually is called bun.
My
We say
bun, yes.
buns. Okay, so you can
Uh,
say a hamburger consists instead of is consisted. Yeah,
uh,
consists of two large or big buns. You can say.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
a hamburger consists of two large buns, some vegetables, meat, and tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Yeah,
Tomato.
you can say
Mm,
tomatoes. All right. And what else? You were saying I think I did well than the past exam. All
mm,
right. Yeah, you said than, but we're not going to say well. It should be
mm-hmm. Better.
better. All
Mm,
right. Okay, you can also say I think I did better than on the previous exam here.
mm-hmm. I think I think I did better than on the previous exam.
All right. So there will be no more IELTS exam. That's it.
Okay.
Hopefully. All right. Right. Okay. So what are
Mm-hmm.
we going to do today? Would you like to practice more?
Uh, yes. We'll practice
Yes.
more.
Yeah, let's
Yes.
have our questions now. Thank you so much for that. And let's
Mm-hmm.
have set 28. Okay, we're
Mm-hmm.
going to have set 28, part 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So last time, for our part 2, you described a house that you often
Mm.
visit and you said your parents' house. Right.
Yes.
Okay, let's have this. What are some of the main differences between living in the countryside and in the city?
Uh, I think there are a lot of differences between buildings in the city and countryside. Generally, the buildings in countries are far taller than in the countryside, because the monetary value of rent is far higher in cities than countryside per square kilometer. So it is inevitable that to make a high revenue in the restricted area, the landlords in cities should construct a high building on their site.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, so let's talk about this. The question is, look at that.
Main
Well,
main difference.
yeah, what are some of the main differences between living in the countryside and in the city?
Uh,
Yeah, actually,
uh,
you went deeper. You talk about the
uh,
building's monetary value.
uh-huh. I
Mm-hmm.
I I I think was a difference from buildings building was
Mm-hmm.
different from a different building from between uh, rural
I
and
see. Buildings in the
countryside
countryside and in the city. Yeah, it's living. Main
living.
difference. All
Mhm.
right. So you didn't hit the target that much.
Yes,
Okay. So let's just have
yes.
this. You were saying the monetary value in the city is far higher
Eh,
in yeah than in the countryside,
mhm.
right? Okay, yeah. Another way to say far higher, far higher than,
Much higher,
much higher.
much um,
Yes. All right. What else?
much higher and much much costly.
Much costly.
Much costly. No, 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 no. It's
Mm-hmm.
uh valuable,
Much far
far more
valuable.
valuable,
All right.
far more
Far
valuable.
greater, far higher. Like there's a big
Uh,
difference, right?
mm,
You mean to say. Okay, let's have an alternative to that. The monetary
mm-hmm.
value in the city. Monetary value of what? Of the buildings?
Um, Land,
Of
I
land.
said land of land.
Yeah. The monetary value of land in the city is far higher than in the countryside.
Yes.
Ah, okay. You know what? This is like a simpler way to say it. Okay. Land in
Mm-hmm.
the city is far more expensive than it is in the
Mm-hmm.
rural. All right.
Mm,
Yeah, here. That is just an alternative.
Land in the city is far more expensive than it's in the rural. Um,
Mhm.
mm,
Like this?
I want to say uh, the rent is more expensive than city's rent. City's
Rent.
rent is more expensive. Land.
RENT.
Land. LA.
LAND. I see.
City's land is more expensive than the countryside one. So I want to say this. The monetary value in the cities
Yeah, in the
is
city,
something
right?
uh, series
Yeah,
land, series
right.
monetary
Land
value
in
of
the
the land.
city
Yeah.
is far more valuable financially than it is in rural
Ah,
areas, right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
another way. Let's have another way to say this. Okay.
Mm. Land in Land in cities is significantly more valuable financially than it is in rural areas.
Hmm. Yes. All right. But that is not our answer.
Question.
That is not the answer that we need. Simply, we have to talk
Mm-hmm.
about what it is like living in the countryside and in the city. So one more
Mm.
time, what are some
Yes.
of the main difference between living in the countryside and in the city?
I think there are several differences living in countryside and in rural area. The main difference is uh, urban area residents should commute very long distance because their residential area and the um, workplace is very 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 um, very long distance, and uh, also the cost of living is far higher in 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 urban area than the rural area.
Okay, that is much better. All right.
Mm,
Yeah, you were saying this one. There are several differences living in the city and rural areas.
mm,
Right? Okay, differences. Something is missing here. So we are
mm,
comparing two elements or two aspects here.
mm,
So when differences between living in the city and rural areas.
mm,
So it should be like that. Because you just said differences living, not differences between.
mm.
Mhm.
There are several differences mm,
Differences between.
between differences between okay.
Hmm.
I didn't say said between.
Right.
Okay.
You didn't say between, just living in the city
Okay.
and rural areas. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Is it okay? Let me give you a sample answer for this. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Your answer is very good because you talked about the cost of living. Yes, that's also a
Mhm.
very important point. And this is another sample answer. Can you please read this?
Okay. In general, the life in the countryside is peaceful, calm, and uh, tranquil,
Tranquil.
tranquil, while tranquil, tranquil, while the life in the city is fast-paced. Cities are overcrowded with people,
Mhm.
vehicles, and buildings, whereas the countryside has a picturesque setting with greenery, farmlands, hills, and
Forests. All right.
forest,
Yeah. Let's practice. Please say tranquil.
tranquil,
Yeah. And then this one is
tranquil,
vehicles.
vehicle,
All right.
vehicle,
Vehicles. All right. Picturesque.
picturesque.
All right. Do you agree with this?
Hmm. Yes, it's very clear mention, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, do you agree that in the countryside, the countryside has a picturesque setting?
Oh, yes, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Many countryside has picturesque uh, environment
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes. All right. Okay. So, yeah, here we have that word tranquil. What do you think is
mm,
the meaning of tranquil?
mm, mm, I don't know. I can't guess. Tranquil,
Mm-hmm.
tranquil. Yes,
Tranquil.
I don't know what it means.
Actually, this is similar to this is synonymous to peaceful, calm, restful, quiet.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. Tranquil. All right.
tranquil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have the second question now.
Mm,
Why do so many people in cities live in apartments?
mm, mm. I I think I think also there are many reasons for living in apartments. Uh, one the most important reason is the cost. In my country, generally living in apartment is far less costly than than uh, own their own their house in the urban area. Um, uh, uh, and living in the area next living in the apartment is quite convenient because there is a lot of decent parking space, and where where organizing separate collecting area, segregate collecting area, and segregating collecting area, and so many, yeah, so so many young couples prefer to live in apartments in rural area.
In rural areas, apartments in rural
Uh, uh,
areas.
in urban area.
Okay, in urban
Uh,
areas. But there are also apartments in rural areas.
in my country,
Yes, in your country.
yes, but it's very few rates of people living in apartments in rural
Mm-hmm.
area.
Ah, all right. Okay, let's talk about your answers. Here you
Mm-hmm.
were saying, I think also there are many reasons for living in apartments. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Yeah, this is grammatically correct. This is okay. Let's have another way to say this. Okay, there are many. What can we say instead of there are many?
Mm, there are many. There are several. There are lot
Mm-hmm.
of,
All right.
or another form.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another way
Do
to
you want?
say instead of there are
Uh,
many reasons.
uh, uh, we can find many factors, or
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there are many factors
there are
for
for living in the
in
apartments
yes, in
in urban
apartments.
area, in apartments.
Right. You can also say that. All right. And yeah, let's have this one. Let's have an alternative. You can also say, I believe there are various reasons to live in apartments.
Hmm. I believe there are various reasons to live in apartments.
Hmm. Okay. You are saying one the most important reason is the cost.
Mm,
One the most.
mm,
Yeah, something is missing
yes.
here. You need to complete this.
One and the most.
Ah, you said one and the most.
Yes. Just
Important reason, like one and only.
one and only.
All right.
One and only.
Not
I
one and
I
only.
I want to say several reasons. So
Mm-hmm.
several reasons. In several reasons, one and two and three is the one
Oh,
and the most.
yes. All right. Or how about saying one of the most important
Uh,
reasons
uh,
is the
okay.
cost.
One. Okay. One of the most important reasons is
Mm-hmm.
the cost. Mm,
Yes, that's right. One of the most important reasons is the cost. All right. Yeah, you were saying living in apartments is much less costly than living in their
one.
yeah. What did you say? L- Living in their own house?
Yes, I said we no, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
Then own their house.
Then own their house.
Own, yes.
Yeah,
Then
okay.
less costly than own their house.
All
Uh,
right.
uh,
Okay.
owning
Yeah.
their house. It's just I should say owning their house.
Yes, that's
Uh,
right. Uh-huh. So you have to be consistent because you said living in apartments is
mm,
much less costly than
mm,
own their house. So it should be, yeah, than owning their
mm,
house. All
mm,
right. Or actually, you can also say living in apartments is much less costly than owning a house.
mm, mm.
Yeah. Instead of saying their house, let's say owning a house. All right. Please say this.
Living in apartment is much less costly than owning a house.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. And you were saying, what is that? Segregating collecting area. What were you trying to say here?
uh, I first say separating collecting area, I said, this, but
Mm-hmm.
but I want to alter uh, organizing, segregating, collecting area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that for?
Uh, s- mm, for s- for for uh, for collecting some trash in their collecting sorting for so for
Mm-hmm.
sorting sorting trash by their form by their um, uh,
Mm-hmm.
if we want if we make many trashy, but if we trash all things in the same bin,
Mm-hmm.
it, it cannot be recycling it cannot be recycled,
It can't
so
be recycled.
it, it it can't be recycled, so we should
Mm-hmm.
separate separate collect the trash.
All right. And then there's an area for that
Yes.
in apartments, in apartment buildings.
Yeah, in apartment building complex,
Uh-huh, in the
some
complex.
collecting area are there.
All right. Ah, okay. So first, here, do you think this will be okay? Like, apartments provide here, yeah, a good waste management system by having a collection area for trash segregation, like this.
Mm. Apartment, I think apartment uh,
Mm.
management center, management center,
Apartment management center. All
okay.
right.
Apart,
Okay, let's make that certain. Apartment management center, like this.
mm, management center provides a goods waste management system by having collection area for trash segregation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
it should be like this. The apartment management center provides.
Okay. The apartment management center provides a good waste management system by having a collection area for trash segregation.
Is this okay now?
Yes, it's good
Okay.
sentence.
Yes. Okay, then let's have the third question. Are there
Mhm.
any safety risks for people who live in residential buildings?
Um, it's very difficult question, but I think there could be a conflict between upper and lower houses because of the noise that is that is made by upper houses people. In many cases, they are children. In severe case, sometimes we could see in a use program, lower house dweller with upper house with with a kitchen knife, and there is a possibility that someone would be intruded upon others' privacy, because generally in residential buildings or out of uh, in residential building or out of houses are installed side by side.
Mhm. Hold on. Yeah, what is that? Kitchen knife? Like someone
Kitchen knife, yeah.
attacked his
Yes,
neighbor
some attacked, or
s-
someone want to scaring them.
because of the noise.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Okay, so yeah, you were saying this one. There, that's scary. Okay,
Yeah,
there could be conflict between upper and lower house because of the noise that is made by upper houses people.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do we mean by upper, lower?
Uh,
Upper house, lower house.
um, I live in 76th floor.
I'm sorry,
Uh,
in
I I live in I live in 27th floor.
27.
27th floor. So I'm my house is upper house of 1060th
Mm-hmm.
floor.
I see. All right. First, before we have that idea, let's just polish this. Yeah, we don't
Uh-huh.
say I live in 27th floor. When we're talking about floors, all right.
Uh,
Yeah, we have to say on. Yeah,
on
I live on the
uh
27th floor. Yeah, all
I
right.
I live on the 27th floor.
Right. I live on the 27th floor.
Hmm. I live on the 27th floor.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Okay, and yeah, let's have that. There could be conflict. Like, because of the noise made by upper floor residents,
Mm-hmm.
there may be conflict between the upper and lower floor residents.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yes.
that. Here, look at this one. Let's try to say that in an understandable manner. Between, uh, okay, hold on. Those who are living on the upper and how about this? Can you please try to read this one?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the noise made by.
Made by upper floor residents, there may be a conflict between those who are living on the upper end. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is this the idea?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Yeah. You can also say residents.
Residents.
Yes. Okay. And about that kitchen knife, let's make that clear. What did that person do?
Just just want to um many people just want to showing the showing the
Mm-hmm.
just want to show the kitchen knife, but
Mm-hmm.
in severe case, um, sadly they do something more tragedy act.
Really? But that was not in your apartment building.
Oh yes, fortunately,
Okay. That is really
it,
serious. All right.
mm,
So, yeah, you said news actually. Yeah, it's like an
yes.
example. Yeah, here maybe we can say, in fact, according to the news, someone
Mm-hmm,
showed a kitchen knife to their neighbors in order to scare them because of the noise they made.
mm-hmm.
Is it like this? Do you think it's also okay to say?
In fact, according to the news, someone showed a kitchen knife to their neighbors in order to scare them because of the noise they made. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have to be careful. You have kids, right?
my my lower residents, my lower neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
very
Mm-hmm.
very kind people.
Oh, okay. How about the upper floor neighbors?
Oh, I don't know. They they are very quiet,
Oh.
like no one living there. Like
Ah, yeah. So the units are vacant.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
I someone lived there. I know someone lived there, but it's very quiet,
I see.
like no one living there.
Okay, yeah. Here, let's just have this. You can say, my lower floor neighbors are very
Mm,
kind. Yeah, you
my
can just
lower
say, lower floor neighbors are very kind. Okay, please say.
mhm. My lower floor neighbors are very kind.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right, let's move on. Let's have this one. Yeah. Would you prefer to live in the countryside or in a big city? Why?
Um, mm, I know I want to live in city for a long time. Uh, and also I should live in the city Sejong because I am a public servant working for the Ministry of Health and Welfare, and the ministry is situated in the city. Uh, and when I consider my my children's education, I think living in city is more beneficial because the educational infrastructures are far more in the city than in the countryside.
Mhm. Yeah. The educational infrastructures are far more
Far more,
in the city than in the countryside.
yes,
Yeah, far more, like means there are more.
yeah, far
Okay.
more.
Yes. Okay, let's have this are far more. Okay. You were saying no, I want to live in a city for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, does it mean for good or forever until you retire?
Uh, um, yes. Two second term. So I
Mhm.
want to I want to live in the city when I retired. When
Mhm.
I will retire. When
Oh,
I retire.
when you retire. Okay, let's just have this. Yeah, the educational infrastructures are far more
Mm-hmm.
in the city than in the countryside. I believe we talked about infrastructure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's okay to say just infrastructure. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Okay, so you can say here, let's have this one. Yeah. The educational infrastructure in cities is far more. What do you mean by far more? Just many in number?
Yes, many in
Mm-hmm.
numbers.
Yes, but are they also better? I mean, are they
Mm-hmm.
more prestigious?
Uh, yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, in terms
Many
of education, I
in
mean the
terms of
quality of education.
quality and quantity of education infrastructure are far more and far better in city
Mm-hmm. Yes.
than
All
the
right.
countryside.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, first, please say it this way. The educational infrastructure is far more in the city than in the countryside.
Educational infrastructure is far more in the city than in the countryside.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. And yeah, let's have an alternative. You can also say, yeah, the educational infrastructure in the city is far superior to that
Superior.
in the countryside. Okay, please say.
The educational infrastructure in the city is far superior to that in the countryside.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Superior.
Superior.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Superior. So, yeah, let's have this. This one.
Mhm.
What are some of the differences between living in a house and in an apartment?
Mm, uh, there, there are also a lot of difference between living in apartments and living in house. When it comes to living in apartment, there are there are a lot of individuals houses piling up in the vertical line. So dwellers of apartments have inconvenience uh, of sharing some places like elevator or corridors, but but uh, they could be helped from the apartment management center. For example, the center could could uh, could deal with cleaning some space, uh, and they could provide some useful amenities like some small libraries and fitness center. On the other hand, dwelling in a house they live could very freely their own house in their own house, but but they have to do all things themselves
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have to all things.
or themselves.
Yeah, they have to what? They have to all things themselves.
Uh, Cleaning their their house in or their garden,
Mm-hmm.
uh, whereas
Ah.
in the apartment many the apartment management center provides some cleaning service
Mm-hmm.
or in the corridor or some garden in apartment complex.
I see. All right. However, this one, something is missing because you said they have to. They have
Mm-hmm.
to do, we have to
Do
say. Yeah,
they have
they have to do all things themselves or they must do everything on their own. That is an alternative. Please say they have to do.
they have to do all things themselves. They must do everything on their own.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. When you were talking about the dwellers of apartment, you said dwellers of apartment have inconvenient of sharing spaces like elevators or corridors.
Hmm.
Yeah, inconvenient or they feel inconvenient.
Uh, yes, they
Mm-hmm.
feel have
Right?
inconvenience,
Or
inconvenience, have an inconvenience or
mm-hmm.
feel feel inconvenience.
They feel inconvenient, they have an inconvenience. Actually, here,
Mm,
it's like certain, the inconvenience is about sharing spaces like elevators or corridors,
mm-hmm,
right? So that is specific. So we can say the or the.
mm-hmm,
We can say it like
mm-hmm,
this: dwellers of apartments have the inconvenience of sharing spaces like elevators or corridors.
mm-hmm. Dwellers of apartments have the inconvenience of sharing spaces like elevators or corridors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Aside from elevators and corridors, what else? Do you have, yeah, what other spaces or areas do you have to share with others?
Uh, um, like like a roof of apartment or
The roof?
gardens,
The roof deck?
garden, roof deck, roof deck,
Yeah, what do you mean by the roof?
uh, upper upper side of the top floor,
Uh-huh. Yeah. All right.
roof
Okay.
deck,
Yeah, you can
upper side.
also say do you go, can you go up there?
Oh yes, sometimes
I see. Yeah, so here you can also say this one. Roof deck.
roof deck, roof deck.
Yeah. So anyone, all the residents in that apartment building can go up there.
In certain times,
Mm-hmm. Yes. But that is allowed. Everyone is allowed.
uh, yes, in certain times.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. Yeah, so there you go. Here, this can be a roof deck. I'm going to show this. You already
mm,
have this idea. So look at that. Look at the top part. The yeah. Can you see the roof deck?
mm,
Or it could be like this one too.
uh, mm. Second picture is something like my apartment
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a roof deck. So you can go there.
roof deck. Yes,
That is a common
sometimes
area.
a common area.
It's a
Yes.
common area. All right. All right. So, yeah, that's it. We are now
Mm-hmm.
done with all the questions here. Let's go to set 29. All right.
Mm.
Let's talk about weekends. Do, do you
Yes.
like weekends?
Yes, it's my breathing space. Actually, I am extremely busy in my weekdays, uh, because of many many requirements from various interest groups. Actually, I am a public servant working for Ministry of Health and Welfare, and there are many related group with my work, like doctors or pharmacists or researchers in university.
Yes. Did I hear in weekdays? Yeah, did
In
you say
weekday,
in weekdays?
I should say on weekdays.
On weekdays. Yes.
Yes.
You said like on weekdays you have many requirements. All right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can also say actually this one. Have you heard of this? Like on weekdays I have a lot on my plate.
My
Like
plate.
yeah, you have a lot on your plate.
Mm. On weekdays, I have a
Mm-hmm.
lot on my plate.
Yeah, what does it mean you have a lot on your plate?
There are many schedules on my scheduler.
Right? You have many schedules, you have many tasks to do. That means you are so busy. Look at that. What
Mhm.
is the meaning? To have a lot of things to do. Can you please read?
Yes, have a lot on your plate. Have have a lot of things to do. Sorry, I can't go golfing with you. I have a lot on my plate right now.
Mm-hmm. You can say that. That means you're very busy and you have a lot of things to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So on weekdays, you have a lot on your plate. That's
hmm
why you love weekends.
Yes,
Yes. All
this is
right.
why I it's my weekend is my breathing space.
Breathing space. Okay, next. What do you usually do on weekends?
Mm, recently I have been spending my weekend playing board games with my family, such as Rummy Cube and Blue Marble or other card games. We do it every weekend after dinner together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So recently, I have been playing our board games.
Uh, board games, just
Board
board
games.
games.
No,
Just
right. Such as
yeah.
Rubik's Cube,
Lumi Cube,
Lumi Cube.
Lumi, Lumi Cube,
What is this board game?
mm,
Lumi,
Cube,
Lumi
Lumi
Cube.
Cube, RUMICUBE.
Ah,
Cube.
Rumi Cube.
I think
Where is it?
can you search it?
Okay, hold on. Oh, Rumi Cube.
Lumi Cube.
Hold on. With numbers?
Numbers, yes.
All right. That one. Rumi Cube.
Lumi
Here.
Cube. Mhm. Mm, Where's my chat channel?
Yeah, can you see
Yes,
the
yes,
picture? This
this
one.
this one.
Oh, all right.
RUMMI cube. Okay.
Yeah. So I thought Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's
Rumi
cube.
Cube. Yeah,
Lumi
that's
cube.
Rumi Cube. All right.
It's
Yeah,
like
only
card
that
game.
it's hard.
It's like card game. Card game.
It's like a card game. All right.
Mm.
I see. All right. So only that one. You said recently I have been playing all board games. All right.
hmm
So yeah, just fill in the blank. You should say I've been playing board games with my family, such as, yeah, please complete the sentence.
Recently, I have been playing. I have
Mm-hmm.
been playing board games with my family, such as Lumi Cube and Blue Marble and something like that.
Yes. All right. Yeah, that's it for today. Yeah. Next
Yes.
time. Oh, when will be our next class?
Next Monday.
Next Monday. Very good. Yeah. Enjoy your trip
Yeah.
to Guam. Take care of your kids.
Okay.
and your whole
Thank you very
family.
much.
So you will still continue answering the questions about weekends. All right.
Okay.
So before I let you go, let's have our recap. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's say these words again. Please say tranquil. Okay.
Tranquil.
Okay. Next is vehicles
Mm. Vehicles.
and own.
O- Own.
Okay, that's perfect. What is the meaning of tranquil?
Something calmful, peaceful.
Mm-hmm. Yes, something calm. Okay, let's have this sentence. You said one,
Mm-hmm.
the most important reason is the
Mm-hmm.
cost, but it should be
Mm-hmm.
one of the most important reasons. Let's say.
Okay. One of the most important reason is the cost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one, you said there are several differences living in the city and rural areas. So you have to say differences between. Yeah, please
Mm-hmm.
say.
There are several differences between living in the city and rural areas.
Yes. All right. And then about where you live in that apartment building, you should say, I live on the
Mm-hmm.
27th floor, not in 27th floor.
I live I live on the 27th floor.
Yeah, that would be all. See you on Monday. Enjoy your
Mm-hmm.
vacation. All right,
Goodbye.
Winston. Bye.
Thank you very much.